Welcome to my channel, BRAINEEZ. Today we are going to discuss about the topic muscles of the arm. The entire muscles of the arm can be categorized into two compartments, which are as follows: the anterior compartment and the posterior compartment of arm. The anterior compartment of arm consisting of three muscles, which are as follows: coracobrachialis, biceps brachii, and brachialis. The posterior compartment of the arm consisting of a single muscle named as triceps brachii. Let us just see the origin, insertion, nerve supply, and action of all the muscles one by one. So the first muscle is coracobrachialis. It is a slender muscle and it is the smallest of all the three muscles which gets attached to the coracoid process of scapula. Actually speaking, there are three muscles which gets attached to the coracoid process. One is coracobrachialis, biceps, and another one is pectoralis minor. Out of these three muscles, the coracobrachialis is the smallest muscle which gets attached to the coracoid process. So this coracobrachialis arises from the tip of the coracoid process. That is, to be more specific, it arises from the medial part of the tip of the coracoid process. This is a picture depicting the coracobrachialis. So it arises from the medial part of the tip of the coracoid process, gets inserted into the medial border, middle 5 centimeter of the medial border of the shaft of humerus. The nerve supply of coracobrachialis is musculocutaneous nerve, and the action of coracobrachialis is flexion of arm and adduction of arm. The next muscle belonging to the anterior compartment of arm is biceps brachii. Since it consists of two heads, namely the long head and short head, it is named as biceps brachii. The short head of biceps arises from the tip of the coracoid process of the scapula, and the long head of biceps arises from the supraglenoid tubercle. Here is the picture depicting the biceps brachii. So the short head arising from the tip of the coracoid process, long head arising from the supraglenoid tubercle. Both these two heads fuses together and gets inserted into the radial tuberosity. The nerve supply of biceps brachii is musculocutaneous nerve. The action of biceps brachii is flexion of elbow. It is a strong supinator, and the short head of biceps brachii is a flexion of the arm, flexor of the arm, and the long head of biceps prevents the upward displacement of the head of humerus. The next muscle belonging to the anterior compartment of the arm is brachialis. It arises from the lower aspect of the humerus, that is lower surface of the humerus. You could see this is a picture depicting the lower surface of the humerus, including the anteromedial surface and the anterolateral surface. So it arises from the lower half of the anteromedial and anterolateral surface of the humerus. It gets inserted into the ulnar tuberosity and also the anterior surface of the coronoid process of ulna, which is situated next to ulnar tuberosity. So this is the origin and insertion of the brachialis muscle. The nerve supply is musculocutaneous nerve is motor and radial nerve is proprioceptive. Action of brachialis, it is flexion of forearm at the elbow joint. The muscle belonging to the posterior compartment of arm is triceps. Triceps has three heads: long head, lateral head, and medial head. Since it is three heads, it is termed as triceps. Usually it appears in the form of a shape of a horseshoe. So origin of these three heads, let us just see one by one. The long head of triceps arising from the infraglenoid tubercle. This is a picture depicting triceps. The long head of triceps arises from the infraglenoid tubercle. The lateral head of triceps arises from the oblique ridge on the posterior surface of the humerus. That is, on the posterior surface, on an oblique ridge, it arises. That is lateral head. The medial head of triceps arises just below the radial groove from the posterior surface of the humerus. All these three heads fuse together and gets inserted into the olecranon process. The nerve supply of triceps is radial nerve, and the action of the triceps is it is a powerful and chief extensor of elbow. That's it with the muscles of the arm. Thank you for watching. Kindly support by subscribing and sharing. Thank you once again.